the season ahead. It's the Giants going up against the Seahawks.
Okay, Larry, we are just south of historic Pioneer Square at CenturyLink Field in the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. Twisting away. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first down, it's Webb. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Patriots! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Webb. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Out of the gun, it's Webb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Boom. 36 power.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. A first carry now for Paul Perkins. And able to find a little space, he gets this up over the 15 to the 16. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Defense showing blitz. Here's Webb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On second down, Wilson. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 45 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Now Webb looking for Shepard deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
This is taken at the 18. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, It's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn.
And now look at him go. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And his kick is right through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing again. Webb. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Webb now from the gun. Flush to his right. He's going to take a shot for the end. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Roger Lewis, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. And this is off the left, upright, and through. A trick shot there, but a point is a point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Beckham, the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Perkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now a 1st down throw. Webb escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now Gallman. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Webb. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Here's Gallman. And some room to work. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, Webb. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And the wideout in motion. To throw on 3rd down. Webb. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cliff Averill able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for New York. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On first down, Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Beckham. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They start on the ground with Goldman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Looking for Shepard deep. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Back to the air on second down. Webb trying to lay one up deep. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And some space here. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free. Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is brought in at the 21. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you cross-country to our EA. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Room here to run. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. John Crockett with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Gallman will run it. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Webb. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Forced out to it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Webb. Flush to his right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Webb now. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of... And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. New York set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Bobby Wagner. In from his linebacker's spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. To throw on second down, here's Webb. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Throwing on third and long. Webb throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lewis. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned the block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we've put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Given up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Complete. This is Lewis. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set For the fourth quarter, a very one-sided affair. Throwing on first down. Webb. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, Webb. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that'll bring up second down. Shipped together here from the D-line. Webb to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes the play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Looking to throw on second down. Webb escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And now here's a carry heading left. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
To throw is Wilson on third down. This complete to Lockett. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. 30. 10. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Wilson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. That'll be taken in the end zone. New York set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
To throw on second down. Webb. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
What will Webb try to do here after the sack as he brings his guys up 3rd and long? Operating from the gun. Webb. Buying time to his left. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Webb can't escape. as he goes down. Jaron Reed able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the fly over the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.